Okay, so if you've been with me for a while, you've seen me use Ecoflow products. I really like these batteries. I've had their older battery now for a year and a half, and this is their new Ecoflow Max, a step up from that battery I've had. And throughout this video, obviously, we're using this battery to power all the tools to make this bench seat. And I can't tell you how impressed I am with the fact that we went through an entire day's work, more than a day's work, on a single charge. So throughout the video, you'll be seeing me pop this screen on. This is basically giving us the information about the battery. Right now, it is at 29%. I still have not charged it from when we used it. It'll show you here the input. So if you're charging it or hook it up to solar, this will show you how many watts are coming in, and the output. And this is the number I want you guys to watch in the video because it's going to show how much power my tools are using. Now in the video, I'm using this to power my tools, but I also have all of my camera equipment, my drone, all the batteries for my camera. I got to keep one of those backed up and charging. And we'll be using a electronic battery powered chainsaw, and I need a battery to be charging for that as well. And I'm going to let this do all that work. I'm not going to bring any power from outside. It's going to charge all those batteries, and it's going to power the power tools that I'm using, which is pretty dang impressive. Now another cool feature that they've added to their batteries is they now have an app, so you can connect the batteries directly to your app. It just gives you more data, so you can pull it up, you can see a lot more of what's going on. If you got solar hooked up, you can see what the input is. You can see the amount of watts that are being used in each individual plug, so it gives you a lot more information. You can also control some of the settings, see the temperature of the battery, things like that. But the screen itself provides you with the basic line of data you need, basically the output and the input of the amount of power going out and the amount of power going in. But this is a really cool added feature that Ecoflow has designed. Okay, so after about three and a half hours of work, I decided to break out the solar panels. I've really been wanting to try these. I have a smaller 80-watt panel, and now they have a 400-watt portable panel, which is pretty dang impressive. This thing comes in its own bag and it folds out. It's pretty simple to set up, and you can produce about 400 watts of power to charge the battery. Now, I went in to eat lunch. When I went in, it was about 55%, and then when I came back out after about 45 minutes, 30 minutes, it was up to about 65. So,
okay, bud.
I was getting anywhere from 300, around 350, 380 watts of input coming into the battery off the solar, and I just left that hooked up. So as I started working that afternoon, I had about two hours of really good sunlight before we started losing it to the trees. So I was able to cancel out a lot of the power I was using. Now, if I hadn't have had that, I know I would have drained this battery down, well down below 20%. Now, before we get too far into this, I have to share with you that Ecoflow is providing you guys with an amazing holiday deal. You can save up to $700 using the link in my description. Go get yourself a battery, get one for the holidays for your family or friends. It is a really awesome gift. I highly recommend you guys go down the link, check it out. You're gonna see this thing in action throughout this video, but you do not wanna miss this offer because it's a good one. Okay, there it is. That's a full day's work. Pretty much just roughing it all in. Got quite a bit of sanding to do. I want to get the ends and top all looking nice and pretty. This obviously doesn't need any sanding. We're going to leave that as is. I got to drill a few holes in this for drainage. Outside of that, I think it's ready to go. We got to get rope. The battery, we broke below 50%, which I got to tell you is impressive. So we're at 46 now. That is all day grinding and cutting and using this thing. I got about 3 hours of solid solar in it. That definitely kept us going. If we didn't have the solar, we'd probably be more down in the low 30s, maybe high 20s, but we'd still have power. So I put that thing through the paces. That grinder, wherever it is, uses up a lot of power. So I gotta say, this is an impressive machine. We're not done with it yet. We got more to tomorrow. We're gonna be sanding, and that'll be running all the sanders. So I'm gonna clean up and call it a day. Okay, so when it was all said and done and all the carving and power tool work was over, I had drained it down to about 29% with about 6 to 7 hours of work. And I threw in, there's probably 3 hours of solar power getting brought into it with that. So without the solar, we'd probably be more at like, I don't know, 18 or 19, maybe 15%. Now this leads me into my favorite part about this battery. It's the Extreme technology that allows you to charge it from 0 to 100% in an hour and a half, which is incredibly fast. If I had drained it down to 18 or 15% without the solar, I could have plugged it in and in under an hour and a half would have had it back to 100%. Enough rope.
When I was young, I thought control would lead me to an ending road, and heavy metal seemed to be the only thing that was for me. And I saw the angels coming down, and they sang a song and sang it loud. And I still remember parts of it, and the yellow glorious will it. Won't you be?
Okay, so that shuts it down for this video. I just want to say a huge thanks to Ecoflow for sponsoring the channel. I don't normally do these longer sponsorships. I've actually only done 2, include with this one, in the lifetime of running this channel. I really enjoyed it, and Ecoflow reached out wanting me to build something using the battery, and this is what I came up with. I think it came out really cool. Obviously, I think my kids approve and my wife, which is, honestly, really all that matters. I want to say that I really do enjoy these products. I really do use them. I have 3 of their batteries, and I use them on the job site. I use them around my property, with my business a lot, remodeling the Airstream, and when we start using the Airstream, obviously we'll probably take them with me. Also, in emergency situations, they come in handy as well. We had a freeze earlier this year, and we had one of the batteries, and it was super helpful when we were losing power to have a battery backup to run some of our electronics. So, awesome product. This is a great opportunity for you to get your hands on one because they are running some great specials for the holidays. Link is in the description, so go down there and check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. The biggest thanks goes to you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We have an Argosy video coming next week, so we worked on that this week. So stay on the lookout for that. I'm really excited about that video. And as always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this bench, and we'll see you next time.